For decades, the arrival of mid-May meant one thing for millions of Indian households: the life-altering announcement of the CBSE Class 10 results. This was the final product of months of preparation, all compressed into a few hours of high-intensity performance. The flaw in this legacy system was its rigidity. A single morning of illness or moment of panic could permanently lower a student's academic standing. Ultimately, the board was measuring a teenager's stress tolerance on one specific day, rather than their long-term academic potential. The 2026 academic year marks the first full implementation of the National Education Policy 2020, which was specifically designed to replace that high-stakes model. To change the timeline, the board deployed over 3 lakh evaluators to process 1.73 crore answer sheets, moving the result window up from mid-May to mid-April. The administrative pressure was so high that back-end processing continued even through the April 14th Ambedkar Jayanti national holiday to ensure the results were ready on time. This transition creates a new kind of assessment, one built with mechanical fail-safes that allow students to recover from a poor performance. The most common fear is failing a core subject because of one exceptionally difficult theory paper. To address this, the board uses a combined passing rule for Class 10. Unlike Class 12, where students must pass theory and practicals separately, Class 10 students only need to hit a 33% total across both. This chart shows how the math provides a buffer. If you score only 27 out of 80 on a tough theory paper, but have 7 marks from your internal assessment, you cross the threshold and pass the subject. Because internal marks are based on consistent schoolwork rather than a single exam, they act as a built-in head start for every student. But what happens if an exam paper, like the 2026 mathematics set, is so difficult that it drags down everyone's percentage? This is where positional grading acts as a structural defense. In this system, your grade is based on your rank among the group that passed. The top 12.5% receive an A1, regardless of what the raw score was. If a paper is universally brutal, the curve shifts. An 88 on a tough paper can earn the same A1 grade as a 95 on an easy one, because you are judged relative to the cohort, not an arbitrary number. The centerpiece of the 2026 update is the 2-board examination policy, which introduces a second optional exam window in May. This isn't a remedial session for failing students. Successful candidates can use Phase 2 to retake up to 3 subjects specifically to improve their grades. The board uses a best-of-2 principle to compile the final mark sheet. If your Phase 2 score is higher, it becomes your final record. This removes retake risk. If you score lower, it's ignored, and your original higher score remains. This changes the entire nature of the board exam. It is no longer a terminal judgment, but a strategic opportunity to improve your standing. By providing these safety nets, the board is attempting to shift the focus from memorizing answers to understanding concepts. This is why 40% of the 2026 papers now consist of competency-based questions that test how you apply knowledge in real-world scenarios. Every student is now issued a 12-digit APAR ID, a permanent academic registry that automatically links these optimized results to their digital DigiLocker account. Linking these scores to a lifelong digital account ensures that your final record reflects your peak verified achievement across the entire year. Millions of students are currently checking their mid-April Phase 1 scores through apps like DigiLocker and Umang. Use this first score as a baseline. If it meets your goals, the academic year is finished. If you are unsatisfied, you have the option to register for Phase 2 and strategically target the subjects you want to improve. This marks the end of the single-event, high-stakes assessment. In its place is a framework designed to give you every strategic advantage to showcase your actual ability.